This just in, we have some breaking terrible news to share with you. Leslie Jones has been hacked. This just breaking right now. Leslie Jones of Ghostbusters and SNL. She had to shut down her website today because it was hacked and nude pictures were stolen from her iCloud account and they were posted publicly. So her team has taken down justleslie.com. This happened around 9 a.m. But there are some screen grabs that are going around the internet, which, you know what, I would encourage you not to look at. Don't encourage this sort of behavior. Along with these nudes, her passport and her driver's license, which presumably had her home address on there, were also shown. And then also a video of Harambe the gorilla, to which Jones was, by the way, cruelly compared to, just because of this internet troll hate that for some fucking reason she has been on the receiving end from. You know, this happened while we were talking about another story. My phone started blowing up. You guys, some of you might know that I'm a stand-up comic, so a lot of my friends know Leslie or have firsthand experience with Leslie. I will say she is known around the comedy community as just a really stand-up, awesome person. I don't understand the sort of hate that she's been on the receiving end from. Whether or not you find her funny or amusing or you do not like her act is not in question right now. It's the fact that she has been so heavily cyberbullied that we need to talk about the sort of culture that this is perpetuating. Hassan, I'm noticing that you have a quote from the director of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
What's he saying about this?
He said, what's happening to Les Dog is an absolute outrage. Alt-right, haters, trolls, comedians, whoever the fuck you are, you're just sad. And he's right. They are sad. We've talked about this extensively, like both on the Leslie Jones subject and on others where there's this battle of ideals on the internet right now with like social justice warriors on one side going like, oh, I refuse to be misgendered and I'm going to attack you if I perceive any sort of like negative thing. And then on the other side, you have this alt-right / like freedom of speech advocates that hide under that umbrella while promoting just like really intolerant, really like intolerance, bigotry, and promoting it as like virtuous values. Now they're both on the extremes, and eventually, because the internet is such a new thing, like we've never had access to every single individual on the planet. We've never been able to speak to every single individual that's basically all around the world up until this point. Like we just don't know how to regulate this. And eventually we'll figure it out. And like private companies right now, like Twitter, are trying their best to combat this level of internet cyberbullying culture that's happening and perpetuating all around. And we talk about it in the news, but I'm hopeful. Like eventually we will figure it out. There's like self-moderation in certain communities that seems to work. But just like you said, you made a really good point originally, is that like regardless, whether you like Leslie Jones or whether you think the Ghostbusters is a shit movie or a good movie, doesn't matter. This is so unacceptable. I mean, it's illegal. It's 100% illegal. It's no longer like freedom of speech. It's no longer taking a stand. You're trying to ruin someone's life by putting their leak photo. I mean, by hacking into their phone, hacking into their iCloud, figuring out if she has leak nudes or not on her phone, leaking them onto her own website, which you also hacked, alongside passport and driver's license information. That's just so unacceptable. Like I can't even begin to, like, I don't know. I don't know even where to begin about how unacceptable that is. If you think that that is a smart move, if you think that you did something right and honorable, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you know, this is a person that we're talking about here. You're ruining someone's life. For what? You know, like why, the motivation, a lot of times we talk on the show, the intention. What was the intent behind an action? Whatever your intention was wrong. And you're ruining someone's life, and someone who is a good, kind person who doesn't deserve this, who never asked for this sort of retribution to be brought down on her. And you know, these people, you're not going to win. You realize that Leslie Jones is a huge, like she has the sympathy now of the entire nation. That's all you did. All you did was draw attention to the fact that Leslie Jones has been so unfairly targeted for being a black comedian in a big movie that people didn't like, that some people didn't like. And for, you know, it's just, and for being, you know, and it's not fair, and you're not going to win, and your point is stupid, and you're ruining lives. And I hate that we have to keep reporting about this shit with regards to Leslie Jones. She's not, why is she this controversial figure for just being a strong, black, funny woman? And that's crazy. Like, we must tear her down.
It's not just that. Like, people don't, like, there are a lot of people that just don't appreciate her style of comedy, but it doesn't matter. That is inexcusable.
But I feel like
what these actions taken against her is inexcusable.
I feel like
people
the people
don't
that
appreciate her because,
right.
like you said, she's black, and some people don't appreciate her style of comedy.
But I don't think that the people that hacked her were like, I don't think she's funny. So I think that
people that
I think that was part of it, but I think it was a larger
speculating.
thing.
Now we're speculating.
Right,
but
right.
Most likely. And I'm like taking an educated guess here because we've covered stories like this a lot, and I'm familiar with the internet community and how they operate, specifically the alt-right. Most likely, it's going to come out that this was a 4chan backed attack. They probably got together and as retaliation to what happened to Milo Yiannopoulos, and as you remember, Twitter banned him from using its services because of the original attack against Leslie. It's probably going to come out that that like some anonymous hacker / troll is responsible for this. But the problem is, look, like a lot of times, more often than not, hackers do genuinely have like a motive behind their actions, and it's usually not completely terrible. But look, if somehow somewhere you see this, like someone that's responsible for this hack, you see this, like, I need you to understand that in your head, you might have thought like, oh, this is funny, or it's all in good fun, or you might have thought like, you know what, I'm fighting back for my values. I'm fighting back because I think that we have a right to free speech. I'm making this action. I'm taking this action against the oppressors of free speech. You're not. You're completely missing the mark. Ruining a private person's life in this way is never going to help your cause. It's only going to undermine it.
Yeah. Hey, guys, what we want you to do as a viewer of Pop Trigger is we want you to tweet at LesDog, something really positive just to brighten her day, because this sucks. And we don't want to be on the side of you guys tweeting about this story. Just tweet something really cool at her if you watch this, if you feel up to it. I'm going to be doing that as soon as we're done here because she deserves it, and no one deserves this sort of treatment. And we love you, Leslie, and the whole world is going to come to your side and support you because this is shitty and you don't deserve it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.